Hi, I'm Angelo I. You're watching Daily City Rec at Home, and today we're making pollo caldillo and Spanish rice. We're going to start off with the rice first. We got 4 cups of rice, carrots, half an onion, and 4 cloves of garlic, and this special seasoning called Goya tomato seasoning. I learned this recipe from a longtime volunteer over at Lincoln Community Center where I work at. Volunteer's name was Elena Amaya, and I had the pleasure to work with her for over 12 years, and she helped pass down this recipe for me to share. This is usually the recipe I would cook during our Cinco de Mayo event at Lincoln Park. I just want to kind of pay tribute to her for all that she's done and all the help she's provided over at Lincoln. She taught Spanish, she helped teach ESL, and she was definitely a great addition to our community. And so, Elena Maya, this is for you, and this is your Spanish rice. So we're going to rinse the rice. So it's about 4 cups of rice. We usually tend to add less water as opposed to the traditional way. I know some people usually measure rice by their fingers and the joints, but because it's an Instant Pot, it doesn't need that much water. And so probably using about a cup less. So now we're going to add our flavor, herbs and spices. I like to have it really fine so that way you can't tell or bite into some of the pieces of garlic. So the carrots, I like to cut into small squares just so I make sure it gets cooked all the way through. And then next is just half an onion. Now just add a little bit of garlic salt, special Goya seasoning, a little bit of oil. Just give it a little mix. So if you're going to make rice through an Instant Pot, you would need to purchase an optional lid. Pressure cooking is just going to make it really soggy. So, and then on the Instant Pot, you simply just cook rice and it'll cook automatically. So on top of the Spanish rice, we're going to make another dish called pollo caldillo. It's basically a chicken cooked in stewed tomatoes and goes really good with the rice. Boil the chicken for at least 30 minutes. So we're also going to add some bay leaves, some garlic, salt. So usually people will put like oregano, cumin. I just like to add a mixed seasoning, just save on time and mix up the seasonings all together. So there's some cumin in here, some oregano, thyme, and basil, and half an onion. So this is what's going to make the broth to kind of flavor our caldillo. So after 30 minutes, we'll take out the chicken and then start to let the broth cook some more. So we're just going to peel our carrots and potatoes. I like to pre-boil it just so that way it cooks a little faster as we're making the stew. I learned a little trick that if you just put a wooden spoon like this helps it prevent boiling over. Try it out and see if it works. So adding the oil is what kind of helps separate the rice so it's not all clumped together. This is optional, I just like to do it for color. I like to add the Goya seasoning to this as well, just because it has a little bit of a nada on it, kind of gives it a darker color. So there are some other versions where people like to add ketchup or mustard into the pollo caldillo, but I like to put that on the side, let people have the chance to flavor it however they want it to be. So if they want to add ketchup, if they want to add mustard, they can. If they want to add their own jalapenos or chiles, they can also. But I like to just make a base and then kind of have people flavor it however they'd like. And then some people like it thin, some people like it soupy and eat it as a soup, or some people actually like it thick and eat it with rice. For me, I prefer thick, but if you like to get it a little soupy, all you need to do is just add a little bit of the broth that you used to cook it, a little too thick. A little bit of broth. It ends up being too soupy and you like it thick. A way to kind of go do that is to add tomato paste. Tomato paste will help thicken it up just a little bit, maybe like a teaspoon at first, and then test it out, wait a couple minutes. If it starts to thicken up to the way you like it, you can do that, or you can add a little bit more every time and then until you get your desired consistency. So we're just gonna let this cook for about 10 more minutes. This is it. Here's the pollo caldillo with our Spanish rice. Delicious. Add some potatoes, some zucchini. To try out the dish, we have Edgardo Bolaños. What's it need?
Oh, this is good. Just like my mom would make. Excellent done.
Elena, Mike, thank you so much for all you've done. I know you're in a better place now, and just letting you know that your recipes, your knowledge, and your tradition will never go away. Lincoln will always celebrate Cinco de Mayo in honor of you and your family. Thank you again for all you've done.